Good morning, everybody. So we are in the car. I'm not in my truck. I'm in the little Equinox. This is my kind of getting around car. Misty and I actually bought this car years and years ago when she moved down here. I kind of just drive it around as like my getting around car. It's a little bittersweet. She actually, those of you who don't know, Misty was my fiance for we were together almost 7 years, and she passed away about 18 months ago from a heart attack. And this was her car. We bought it together, but it was her car for driving around. So I kind of use it as a kind of running errands and getting around car. Gets a lot better gas mileage than my big old truck. And it's a little bittersweet. She actually passed away in this car right here in the seat that I'm sitting in. It's a little weird sometimes driving it, but she was always so practical. She'd be like, just drive the freaking car, like save some gas money. Save some gas money. So I think that's what she would want me to do. So we're here. I just pulled up to John Deere. I went to Ned earlier about the pre-knock mulch and give you guys some updates on what's going on. You guys are going to ride around with me today, and this is the kind of stuff. So I got some good news and I got some bad news. Good news is Ned had the teeth that I need in stock. I was really worried about that they wouldn't have that tooth because that's an older style drum and they don't use those teeth on that drum anymore. Excuse me. And so I didn't even know if they'd have it, but they did. So I'm gonna show you guys what we got here. Oh, no. All right, got my lunch sitting there. All right, so what we got this little tooth right here. This is what broke off, but it sits on this little holder, and there's two different holders. They got this little short one, and they got this long one. I got both. I think it's the long one based on the pictures that I've got. So this is gonna have to be welded to that, and then that bottom there has got to go on the mulcher like that. So for balance issues, because I don't know how worn the teeth are, we've got to do both of them. So there's 4 of them. There's 2 on each sides to counteract the weight. So if this was the mulcher right here sitting like this, you've got another one down here on the bottom. So if this was the top, you got another one on the bottom. So the bottom one is going to have to be cut off. So I got 2 teeth and 2 holders. So now I've got to go get the machine and find me someone who can weld this stuff on very quickly. These 6 pieces, these 2 teeth and the 4 holders, was about 140 bucks. So now over here at John Deere, back to our other problem. So I got the machine towed. A lot of you guys wonder why I didn't just put a battery in it and then just do it myself, because I needed to go start that other job where the tooth broke off on the Mini. So sometimes it's more just advantageous to just have somebody do the work for you so I can go do something else. I didn't want to have to screw with having to unhook that battery, take it out, go get another battery, come back, put it back in, load the machine up, bring it down here. I just had other work to do. I am slammed with work right now. We have a ton of stuff going on. So alternator's covered under warranty. Not going to cost me a thing other than the tow to get it out here. No big deal. Well, mechanic Greg called me yesterday afternoon and said that alternator is on back order from Cummins. No, he called me this morning. That alternator is on back order from Cummins for about 77 days. I don't even know how that's possible. You can go down to Napa right now. They've got whole warehouses full of freaking alternators, and yet I can't get one for a Cummins, which are very common diesel engines in all kinds of equipment and cars and all kinds of stuff. I can't get an alternator for 8 weeks. Are you kidding me? What in the hell, Cummins? So that's where we're at right now. They're trying to see if they can maybe put an aftermarket alternator in it and see if the warranty will cover that, if it doesn't have to necessarily be a Cummins alternator or from Cummins. Casey's also got my dealer over at CCE, the guy that owns CCE, Casey. Thank God for Casey. Casey's the man. This is why I love CCE, and I really love my guys over here at Dobbs. I don't even own anything John Deere, and this machine got dropped off yesterday about noon, and they were already working on it. pulling the alternator out and trying to find me a new one. I don't even own anything John Deere, and these guys treat me like I own $1 million worth of equipment. And so I just can't say enough about these guys over here at Flint. Used to be Flint, now it's Dobbs. Greg and his guys have always taken really, really good care of me as far as getting on things, getting them done. And Casey and his guys go out of his way. If I need something, they always answer the phone. If I've got questions about something or whatever it is, or if I need something. And just to rant for a minute, you know, it's always really, really important to have whatever equipment that you run, have a good dealer behind you. And luckily I've got 2 really good dealerships that I deal with that have been awesome. Now, next problem, getting the stuff welded on. I talked to Ned about doing the weld on the mulcher, since they deal with a lot of forestry equipment over there. They said it'd be like 3 to 4 weeks before they could get to it. That ain't gonna work. So I'm trying to see maybe if the guys that did the fabricating for the chain guard for Little Munchie a week or so ago, you guys saw that video when I put the new chain guard on. They did a really good job with that. I'm gonna try to see if they can do that welding. And then the guys from John Deere actually have a really good weld people that come over here. They're just across the road. Maybe they can do it. I'm gonna find somebody to do this welding. Hopefully it doesn't have to be rebalanced. I'm thinking if we just replace both, the guys from Ned said if you just replace both the teeth and it's a good weld job, it shouldn't need to be rebalanced. So that's where we're at. While the 120 is here, it was due for a 1,000-hour service. It's got basically, it's dead on 2,000 hours on it. So every 1,000 hours you have to do a 1,000-hour service. Which the big thing with that is the hydraulic oil. There's 3 hydraulic filters that have to be done. So I've got 3 hydraulic filters, 2 fuel filters, and an oil filter. So the hydraulic oil, the oil, fuel filters, air filters, all that stuff's got to be changed. So while the machine is down and it's over here in the shop, I'm gonna go ahead and have the guys from Dobbs go ahead and do the 1,000-hour service. I've got the 1,000-hour service kit in the back. I'm gonna go ahead and get it out, drop them off. We're gonna go in here and see Mechanic Greg and see if we can get some answers on this alternator. Stay tuned. By the way, there's your 1,000-hour service kit, and all this is filters. No fluids, no hydraulic oil, no engine oil, just filters. And people wonder why mulching is so expensive and we charge what we charge. This 1,000-hour kit costs right at just under $1,000 for this kit. Just filters. It's 2 air filters, 3 hydraulic filters, 2 fuel filters, and an oil filter. $1,000. So that's the price to play the game when you get into forestry mulching. So here we are. Got to be done, got to take care of your stuff. Service is very important in this world, so got to do what we got to do. So that little box right there is $1,000 worth of stuff. Just to give you guys an idea. Well, there she is. They've like I said, got this thing dropped over here about noon yesterday. They've already got the alternator out. You see it's been disconnected. So yeah, they're already on the job, just waiting for a new alternator. So I'm not a mechanic. That's not something I would do myself. Plus it's covered under warranty, so why drive when you can get driven and they can do it and it doesn't cost me anything. So yep, there's the old girl getting ready to get a 1,000-hour service. These are your 2, I think these are your fuel filters right here. Oil filter somewhere in there. Hydraulic filters are underneath the cab under there where the hydraulic pump sits all up underneath this section in here. So yep. Well, let's get this dropped off and see what else is going on. Well, I got 20 gallons of hydraulic oil stuffed in the back of the Equinox here. Never thought I'd ever see the day of that happen, but so if the machine was under a factory warranty, I'd have to go with the ASV brand hydraulic oil, but since it's under a third-party warranty, we can use this. And Chris, the service manager down at CCE, said this is basically the same stuff. It'll work just as good. So this is the Napa Premium. He said make sure it's the Premium AW46, up to 7,000 hours of service, hydraulic oil. That's what we got. So Got 20 gallons of that. That was about $300 and some and change. So rack up the bill again on that service. So we're up to about 1,300 bucks just for the parts and oil. Plus we got to do engine oil, but John Deere supplies that. So yeah, so everyone wants to go into mulching, but nobody wants to pay the bill when it comes time to fix stuff and service stuff. So got to do what you got to do. So we got this loaded up, and I'm taking it right up to John Deere right now to drop it off so they can start the service work. And I've got the stuff on the welding worked out, so we'll go get the Mini in the morning and go drop that off and get that taken care of. Okay, there's two different mounts that they use that the tooth actually goes on. So let's see which one of these matches here. And it looks like, it looks like it's the little one. I think this one, yeah, it's definitely not that one. Doesn't look like it. No, the weld, it doesn't fit. Let's look at the other one. Yeah, it's definitely the smaller one. Yeah, well, it actually would go like that, but you'd have to. Can't get in there hardly. Oh, mosquitoes! Go away. Yeah, I think it's the smaller one. I think. I can get it lined up. Yeah, that looks more right. I think this one's too big. Let's see if we go like, well, line it up on size. Hell, I don't know. That looks pretty close. I'm not sure. Well, that one's thicker too, so let's try to line it up on the back. No, it's definitely the bigger one. Definitely the bigger one. Yep, because the width isn't the same. Yep, there's a definite difference in the width. So, because this one's wider. It's also bigger. So I think it's the big one. Is the one we got to use. Yeah. Yep, that matches. Okay, at least we know that now. All right, so we know which mount we got to use. And it looks like it was surface welded somehow. So that's what we're missing, and then that tooth gets welded on top. I guess it's just worn. So this one's gonna come off too to make a match. So, okay, let's let's get out of here. All right, I got Little Munch dropped off at the welding shop, and I'm hoping they can get that taken care of. Dropped it off over at Owen Steel, local welding and fabrication shop. As a matter of fact, they built the new chain guard that's on Little Munchy, so I'm hoping they can take care of getting those teeth welded back onto the drum. So got the green monster here, aka the John Deere zero turn. So I'm gonna get it unloaded, and then we're gonna get started on getting the rest of this lot mode that we didn't finish the other day with the skid steer when the alternator went out. So this isn't too bad. The blades on the mower just got changed, so I got brand new blades, and it should go through this stuff without too much issue. So let's fire her up and get started. right, everybody, this lot is done. We're out of here. So the green monster got it done. It was thick and it was tall, but she got her done and it looks good. And I did have to double and sometimes even triple cut a few things in here, especially some of the goldenrod. That stuff did not want to go down, but we got it and it's down and it looks good. So this should hold at least until winter, I believe. I hope. We'll so I got dust all in my face and in my mouth, and this should hold until winter or late fall. We usually mow it in like November, December, or something like that. So she'll get one more mow before the end of the year, I'm sure. But this looks a lot better, so that'll work. Only thing I got left to do, I'll come over here with the weed eater and clean up around the sign really quick on my way out. That's what I usually do instead of walking all the way back over here. But that looks good. So hopefully we'll get some good news back on Little Munch tomorrow and get that taken care of. If I can get it back tomorrow at a decent time, there may be a little project we can go knock out over here in the city for one of my clients, and that would be good. Take a couple hours, we'll knock it out if I get it back. So we'll just see what happens. But this looks good. The mower came through for me on this and got this done. I'm really happy about it. Oh, look, there's a rabbit. There's a little rabbit. You gotta go hide, buddy, before the hawks come. There you go, get out of here. So yeah, looks good. All right, well, more to come. Hopefully we'll get Little Munch back tomorrow and see where we're at with that alternator on the skid steer, and we'll get back to work. Fingers crossed, prayerfully. I'll check you guys here soon. Bye, everybody.